Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this video in one go, therefore I apologise in advance if I stumble over my words going forwards, and indeed if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well, if there's any lag, anything like that at all. Sadly it cannot be helped, and hopefully it is not too much of an issue for you. This is yet another Eurovision related video here on my channel, the first one for some time, and just to sort of ease back into things, I am filming another What We Know So Far video. If you've been subscribed or just been watching my channels regularly for some time now, you'll know that I like to film these update style videos where I just reel off a whole load of information regarding the upcoming contest. As I'm recording this, we are coming up to the end of August 2021, so we have absolutely less than a year to go before the 66th edition of the Eurovision Song Contest is scheduled to take place next May, somewhere in Italy. And either at the very end of this month or at the very start of September, so the middle of next week as I'm recording this video you're watching now, we will find out the host city, and therefore the venue of course, of next year's competition. Now I have some information in front of me just to make sure I don't forget anything. I'm just going to go through it, and feel free to leave comments and all of that business, it's much appreciated. Should also say, as always, links in the description to my other social media pages. So, it will be the 66th edition of the Eurovision Song Contest. It'll be the third time Italy hosts, after Naples 1965 and Rome 1991. And of course it will be in Italy because Italy won this year's competition several months ago in Rotterdam with Zitti e Buoni by Måneskin. And let me take a look here. So, over the past couple of months, ever since Måneskin won Eurovision, there's been a lot of talk about the bidding process by cities in Italy to stage next year's contest. It says here, between the 23rd and 28th of May this year, many cities across Italy expressed interest in hosting. Blah, 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 blah. On the 7th of July, the host broadcaster RAI and the European Broadcasting Union launched the bidding process and published a list of criteria and requirements for the host city and venue. This happens every year. It's quite an extensive list. It varies ever so slightly year upon year upon year, but it says here for 2022 the venue must be available for at least 6 weeks before the contest and 1 week after the conclusion of the contest. That is so they can construct the stage and put all of the lighting in place and extra seating and what have you. And then of course once the contest is over, they've got to take it all away. The venue must be indoors with air conditioning, have a well-defined perimeter and an audience capacity in the main hall of around 8,000 to 10,000 people during the event. Now I would say 8,000 is the minimum capacity. We haven't really had a venue with a capacity of less than 8,000 for a number of years now. I think the Tel Aviv contest in 2019, I think that was maybe only just over 8,000, but anyway, 8 to 10,000 spectators. The venue must have a main hall with the capacity to house the set and all other requirements needed to produce a high-level broadcast production, and have ample space within easy access of the main hall to support additional production needs, such as a press centre, which I believe has a capacity of somewhere in the region of 2,000 to 3,000 every year, although it was reduced for this year's competition in Rotterdam because of social distancing and the pandemic in general. Delegation spaces, dressing rooms, artist facilities, staff facilities, hospitality, audience facilities, etc. It's an awful lot of space that you need. The host city must have an international airport, of course, no more than an hour and a half away from the city, and the host city must have over 2,000 hotel rooms in the area close to the event. That is, of course, not only for the artists and their teams, but for commentators, press, and fans. We know all of this stuff anyway. In the first phase of this process, any interested cities were to present their bid through certified email by the 12th of July, after which the host broadcaster and the EBU would proceed to send all of them a bid book with more detailed requirements. On the 9th of July, Turin officially announced its bid. They were the first city to do so, and then many other cities said that they were interested as well. It was a very long list, which I covered in a previous video some weeks ago. Now we are down to the last 5. Those cities are Bologna, Milan, Pesaro, Rimini, and Turin. So no Rome. Now I did think Rome would probably make a short list of 5 or so locations, but instead they're not involved. The venue, maybe not the biggest. I'm surprised Rome didn't have somewhere more suitable for something like Eurovision. But anyway, they're out. Rome has hosted before, but not again in 2022. It means that it will be a 3rd Eurovision in a row, not in a capital city, and that'll be the first time that will have happened since 1959 in Cannes, France. In fact, the first 4 contests were in non-capital cities: Lugano, Frankfurt, Hilversum, and Cannes. London was the first in 1960, even though the UK hadn't even won the year before. So, taking a look at these cities in a bit more depth, and I will be covering old ground again here because I did talk about these locations in a bit of depth in a previous video. Bologna has a very good sized venue, but you have to say is maybe an outside bet here. The Unipol Arena, which hosted the 2002 EuroLeague Final 4. I don't even know what sport that is. Basketball, is it? Yep. Oh. Yes, I think so. And also the 29 Zecchino d'Oro, which is an annual international children's song competition. What do you know? Anyway, the Unipol Arena, yes, mainly basketball. It's located in Casalecchio di Reno in the province of Bologna. Capacity of 20,000 for concerts. That would be slightly less for Eurovision because, of course, you've got the stage, which will be quite big, and then possibly the green room within the audience as well. So let's say 17,000. It opened in December 1993, and there's not much else to say about it. It could host, but I think we've got other cities that are more likely. Then we have Milan, which has the Mediolanum Forum, which has twice hosted the MTV European Music Awards, the 2014 EuroLeague Final 4, it's hosted volleyball, it's hosted men and women's volleyball, and it will host basketball next year and some of the 2026 Winter Olympics. Now, the Mediolanum Forum, which has a lot of red seats, has a capacity of 12,700, surely slightly more than that for concerts. It's hosted ice hockey as well. It opened in 1990. It's a little bit out of the way of the city centre. Maybe that will be its downfall. I don't know. But anyway, that's Milan. We know a lot about Milan. 2 major football teams. Very rich culture. Moving on. Then we have Rimini. Now, Rimini, I am surprised, has made it this far. The venue in question is the Rimini Fiera, which according to this opened in 2001. It's an exhibition centre. It reminds me quite a bit of Maastricht when they bid for the 2020 competition a few years ago. A similar sort of place. I've looked it up. It's this rectangular building on the east coast of Italy. I don't think it stands much of a chance, but they have said that they would involve San Marino should they win the bid, which would be quite interesting indeed, because it's only really down the road. It's hosted loads of bits and pieces over the years, events dedicated to technology and tourism, blah blah blah. I really don't have too much else to say about it. I think we can probably rule Rimini out, but you never know. As for Pesaro, the venue in question is the Vitri Frigo Arena, which was known as the Adriatic Arena. It's quite big, capacity of 13,000 for concerts. It's the 5th biggest indoor arena in Italy. It opened in 1996. The venue was inaugurated by Luciano Pavarotti. And yeah, I mean, I'm looking at a picture here. Lots of blue seats, mainly used for sporting events, absolutely. It would be a good choice, but when you think of Italy, at least when I think of Italy, I do not think of Pesaro, which is located on the east coast, towards the north of the country. That leaves Turin, which surely is still the favourite. The Pala Alpitour has hosted ice hockey at the 06 Winter Olympics, the opening ceremony of the 2007 Winter Universiade, and will host the ATP Finals in tennis at some point. Anyway, the venue itself is right in the thick of the action. There are gardens right next door, which could be used to some effect for Eurovision. Capacity of just over 12,000, cost 87 million euros to build. Lots of sports, has a capacity of, for concerts, yeah, somewhere in the region of 13,000 or so. Opened in 2005, it's hosted loads of events. Bob Dylan, Madonna, Rihanna, U2, Shakira, they've all, Il Volo, Marco Mengoni, they've all performed there. I mean, it's ready to go. Earlier today, I think it was the Turin Tourist Board or something, I don't really know, uploaded a video which I saw on Twitter, and they were just saying things like, this is our city, choose us. It actually says, Back Torino, a symphony of loud beginnings. I'm not too sure about that slogan, it's a little bit cheesy. But anyway, it was a really nice video, and in all honesty, Turin is the one to beat. Let me know if you think, maybe you're Italian, maybe you think another city has it in the bag, but we will find out soon enough. Anyway, we know that Albania, Australia, Belgium, Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Israel, Italy, Lithuania, Malta, the Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Romania, San Marino, Serbia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland and Ukraine will all be involved in next year's competition. In fact, it's very likely that we'll have all of the countries that were in this year's show back next May. Belarus won't be involved. I believe the broadcaster has said, we're not interested anymore, so good riddance to them. And Armenia will probably be back. Possibly Turkey. I would imagine that conversations are still ongoing with TRT, I believe it is, the Turkish broadcaster, and the EBU. It would be lovely to see Turkey come back. We also know a few dates, mainly January and February. Italy will be the 5th of February. Obviously a really big deal. Sanremo next year, because it will be selecting the host nation's entry. Less acts involved, I believe, but it'll still be a very long last evening show, of course. And that's it. Andorra, it looks as though they won't be back, even though the Prime Minister apparently said, yeah, we'll return. Bosnia, lack of money. Croatia, yeah, they'll be involved, no doubt. Luxembourg have said no. Slovakia, I have to say, quite surprisingly, have said no again. And then, of course, Belarus, Turkey. Then, you know, it's all up in the air with Turkey, but Belarus won't be involved. They won't be in Junior Eurovision either. And Liechtenstein, still not interested in taking part at this stage, it would appear. No Kazakhstan either. That's really about it. No rumoured names or anything. I'm actually thinking of filming a video soon, just saying what I'd like each country to bring to the table. Not necessarily a specific musician, but what I'd like to see them do. So maybe a ballad for this country, an up-tempo number for this country, you see what I mean. There are certain names, I mean, I could reel some off right now. In an ideal world, Amy MacDonald for the UK and Sigur Rós for Iceland. Ulrika for Norway, absolutely, I think she might well be involved in some capacity. Victoria for Sweden. Ben and Tan I'd like to see come back for Denmark. Annalisa for Italy, which I'll be saying until the end of time at this rate. Surely she must represent Italy at some point. I'd even think about considering her internally. I'd like to see Vanilla Ninja for Estonia. They've made a comeback recently. Fantastic song that I listened to very recently. The Reason Is You. Ah, fantastic. So I'd like to see them come back to Eurovision for their homeland. What else? I don't really know. Can't think off from the top of my head, but I'll be filming a video like that at some point. I'm actually going to be on a short holiday from the end of this week until the end of next week, so I probably will be quite busy doing other things and therefore might not have the time to film a video talking about the host city announcement. But if I can get one up, I will. Otherwise, it'll be within a week or so when I'm back here. And that's really about it. Let me know your thoughts on anything Eurovision 2022 related. I know that this was a massive ramble. Feel free to check out my other social media pages. I've been a little bit more active on Twitter lately, so take a look if you so wish. Like this video, share it, whatever it is, it's all very much appreciated. And roll on Eurovision 2022. Hopefully the quality wasn't too bad. I'll be back with another video fairly soon. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye for now.